Assassin's Creed Mirage is finally here, and so is my full accessibility review. Well, it will be out tomorrow by the time that y'all are seeing this. So, is Assassin's Creed Mirage accessible? We saw a little bit in my preview, and we're about to get into the full meat of the game now. So, let's talk about it. Since I did a preview video on this game, I feel like a little bit of a shorter general review is necessary because I talked about how much I loved the vibe in this game so far, and that sentiment with my preview and this review still stand together. The vibe that Assassin's Creed Mirage has, the street thief vibe that Basim has, even as a hidden one, is something that I enjoy and have personally been looking for in the Assassin's Creed franchise for a hot minute. So I have been having a blast in this game just based off that alone. The environment and the music is also a plus. I've been vibing the whole entire time to the score, the environment, the soundtrack. You can tell that the team over at Ubisoft really did their research, and this really is a giant love letter to the franchise as a whole, and it is so very fun to play. So with that being said, if you have no disabilities whatsoever, this game is so fun. If you love Assassin's Creed, you're gonna love this game. I found it entertaining. I found it really awesome, and I can't wait to play more of it. Now, with that being said, Ubisoft is still holding strong to those accessibility standards. Don't let my little disclaimer in the general review scare you away, okay? They still have great accessibility standards, but are there little tweaks that I would love fixed here and there that are little bitty things in the Assassin's Creed franchise that I would just love a little bit more accessibility in? Sure. And I'm gonna talk about those, and I'm also gonna talk about what accessibility settings are available to you in the game. So, without further ado, let's get into the menu overview. When you first start up the game, you're greeted with the screen reader. It says hello to you, and you're also greeted with colorblind modes. Your 3 standard colorblind modes with picture previews. I love that Ubisoft does previews for their subtitles and all captions in the game, and I love that they brought it in with the colorblind modes here just so you can see what you're doing. Once you get past that point in the game, when you go into options, you first are met with your button remapping for some functions, not every function, and you also have the ability to set them as hold or toggle, whichever way you want to play the main game. You also can set your controller vibration to on or off. You can swap your joysticks, your left and right joysticks, so you can determine which fingers you want to use. And you can also, once you get to gameplay, set your difficulty settings. These difficulty settings range from easy to normal to hard. You can also turn off your blood effects. In your gameplay settings, like I said in my preview, you have guaranteed pickpocket, which I love because otherwise walking on the street and pickpocketing strangers is a QTE, and it's not a very fun one. You also have aim assist settings that ranges from full to partial You can also just turn it off, but the aim assist is really snappy and you don't even have sliders to adjust it. You don't need it. If you put it on full, it works exactly how it is supposed to. In your exploration settings, you can turn on exploration beams, which help when you're in the eagle mode, when you're in, as I like to call it, the inky do mode, where you're flying around and looking for objectives and loot and things of that nature. You can also turn on and off guided objectives. And on the HUD side of things, you can also change the color of your aiming reticle and all of your standard HUD visual settings there. You can change the icon and text size from small to large with a preview so you can see what you're doing. Changing the color of your reticle is the only color option that you really have when it comes to changing your HUD. I wish that they would have kept up the trend that they have with the Far Cry games and a lot of their other games, where you could change the color of all of your different HUD options, but they didn't seem to keep that here. Hopefully they can add it in a patch. I feel like they've done a very good job with the HUD design and trying to contrast it and keep it something that's universal for everyone, but it would still be nice to have that option. And then you also have the ability to turn on and off your subtitles and change everything from caption and subtitle size to the opacity of the background with previews to show you what you're doing, which we all know that I love. Now, that's standard for Ubisoft in my opinion. I'm many games in with them now. As far as their approach to accessibility goes, recently with a lot of their games, accessibility is still a new thing. I want to talk about the things that I still find a little bit irksome, and maybe I won't be alone in this, but y'all can tell me in the comments if y'all play Assassin's Creed on the regular and y'all also get irked by this. But I want to talk about our eagle mode because I often have trouble pinpointing things with Inky Do, like making sure that he can tag things. I get that there is a compass that kind of tells you where everything is, and there's sort of a sound cue, but it's like, please just give me the option to press a button and let Inky Do see it. I get that they want us to be all covert and everything like that, but for some of us, it takes time to adjust the camera and to get that movement just right so that the sensor will pick everything up, and it'll just save hand stamina. Justice for the hands. Hashtag justice for the hands. Hashtag justice for the Assassin's Creed Eagles. They have better vision than I ever will. Just let them handle it. I found in this game, other than that the combat can be a little, how do I say it? I do get where they were going by making your combat button like your main combat button, not your like stealthy combat button. Well, I guess they kind of did. I get what they were trying to do by making your combat button, one button for heavy and light attacks, but it does kind of hurt to have to hold R1 to do a heavy attack. I would have much preferred a God of War setup where you have your back paddle buttons set as your combat buttons as well, because that gives your fingers a little bit more spread and makes button placement a lot easier on your fingers. Although I do see where they were going with that. It just leaves much less of a hand cramp for me personally. Let me know how that works for y'all. But those are really the only two issues that I had with this game. So far, the accessibility is pretty great, pretty solid. You can do button remaps. You can do pretty much everything that Ubisoft is expected to bring to these games nowadays with accessibility. I don't have much to say, and I feel great about that. Like, I had two things that I had problems with. The utmost important of that being justice for the Eagles. I am an advocate for later Assassin's Creed games having smart eagle vision, because I do not. I wear glasses. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I can't wait for y'all to jump into this game, to experience the beauty and the love that was poured into it. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below if you're playing some of it after it comes out the day after tomorrow. Wow. As I'm filming this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this review, and don't forget, you deserve accessibility that's on the level. All right, peace out.